Hey guys, Fat Buddy Cat here. I'm going to jump into this DB30S project tonight. It's going to be similar to the bike behind it with a torque converter and a little bit beefier chain setup. So the first things first, we got the 196 that we're going to be using over here on the bench. This is the Jangdong off the Trailmaster. This has a few things done to it. This is basically the equivalent of that blue bike there, motor-wise. So I'm going to start by putting this torque converter on. This is the premium 30 series torque converter from OMB Warehouse. Big sticker. Beautiful. All right. So this being the premium, you're going to get two belts. You're going to get your, rubbery IS parts belt, and then premium rotary belt. This is like the same as the Comet belt, I guess. Unfortunately, this one accidentally got sent with a 1-inch bore. We're going to be using 3/4, but it would come with the same stuff. All right, guys. So it would come with your spacer. These are the shims, the Comet bushing, the bronze bushing, guys. Real nice thing there. These are just obviously to mount the plastic cover. It's going to come with your 2 sprockets. It's going to have the 10-tooth 41-420 and the 12-tooth 35. We're going to be using 41-420 on this particular build. It has the bolts. These are for the Predator. Alright, so it'll have your crank bolt and your 4 mounting bolts. And these are for like a 196 clone. Alright, and then all your hardware to mount your pulley. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this up and show you how I like to do this. Now, I know this is like real beginner stuff, guys, but some people might not have done this. And everyone might do it a little bit different. I put it on a little stand like this just so the motor is sitting out, you know what I'm saying, away from here so that none of this stuff is going to be catching anything. Alright. Whoop. Lost you there, guys. Make sure I get you back. Alright, these bolts here, I add a lock washer to them, and I always put just a little tiny bit of the blue medium strength Loctite. I just put a dab on there. And I think we all got an idea as to what holes we're going to use. Now the blue Loctite part isn't absolutely necessary. You're putting a steel bolt into aluminum, so it's gonna probably have some kind of oxidization and kind of retain itself in there anyway. And you never want them in there, with red Loctite or torqued in too tight, so if something does go wrong, you end up with a broken bolt. Then again, guys, it's just a crankcase cover. You know, I tell myself when I'm working on these things, you know, that all of this stuff can be replaced. Is it a pain in the butt? Heck yeah. Nobody likes to wait. But, I mean, you can do, there's doing things right, and then there's doing things scared. You know, or try to do it right, but without all the fear. Alright, then let's go around and torque them on. I've seen guys set these at like 20 foot-pounds. Alright, I'm going to call that good. Alright, so again, I did use a lock washer and a little bit of blue Loctite. That's it. Alright. I guess we could grab another driven unit, or driver, I should say. This will work. So typically, like I said, this would be a 3/4 inch, not this 1 inch, but that's the same spacer. So let's just put that on there, and we'll take this, just put it on. And we're just making sure this isn't even shimmed, guys, or really where it's going to be, but I just want to make sure that I'm clearing all those bolts, which we are fine. All right, so this is the original one off the Trailmaster. It's got like a ball bearing. It's actually pretty neat. It works. But we'll put a brand new one on here with the bronze bushing anyway. Alright, so the next part is going to be putting the shaft in. Alright. So, it's going to be a little tricky with one hand. I'm going to put this down. But that's just going to go in, back here in that hole. What I'm saying. Alright. Make sure it's all the way in. I can hear metal to metal when I'm giving that the old rap-a-tappa, so I know it's where it needs to be. Alright, first thing that goes on, guys, is that funky looking keyed washer. Alright. Make sure you don't push your shaft out. Alright, then you put your key. Again, this is one-handed, guys, so no excuses. Alright, and then you're going to put your driven unit. Well, I'm sorry, you're going to put your sprocket. Dummy. Just wanted to see if you were paying attention. I'm going to put a sprocket on there. we'll get it on. Put this on. And I'm going to put you guys down over here for a second. Okay, now once that's on, see how that's centered? We're away from the plate over here, and we're away from the back of the pulley. Alright guys, then over here you're going to go ahead and put your big flat washer on. Alright. And then your nylock nut. Now in some cases, I've seen this washer left off. In some cases, guys, you know. This case I think we'll be able to get it on. Alright, and that's a 1 5/16 is the size of that nut. And just get yourself a big wrench. Hand tighten it. We know this is on, so. Just giving it a tap on the back, make sure it's all the way on. And give it one more twist. Alright. Alright, and that's all you gotta do, guys, alright? So you don't, there's no play in this. Maybe very, very little, but we'll just, give it one more oomph. There's really no need to go whacking a lot of things with an impact driver. You can do it. You don't have to, guys, alright? Sometimes it's difficult if you don't have these bigger wrenches or the right tools. So just try to stay prepared, alright? Look up videos, ask questions, see what you're going to need ahead of time. Make the job easier on yourself, alright? So now that that's on there, the next part will be putting a driver on here and then getting it aligned, alright? So obviously I'm waiting for that, but this is on here, and I just wanted to show you how this goes on. I've seen it done a couple different ways, and some of the best guys I've seen put these on, this is how they do it. Alright, so that's that, and I kind of give you a heads up as to what's going to be going on over here. I'm waiting now for the torque converter plate. When that comes in, we're going to be trying to find the holes down here. Now, already a slight discrepancy between this bike and that bike over there is the engine plate. This one is actually, I believe, about 1.5 to 2 inches wider than that one. Okay, so does it really affect a lot? No, but we're not going to try to go, like, what if you didn't pay attention to that, for instance, okay, and you measured over there, for that plate on this bike, and you just said, okay, well, if I go this distance here to the center of that bolt, and I set my first one, yada yada yada, and you got ahead of yourself, and you didn't realize this was wider, what's going to happen, guys? You're going to be way, way off on your alignment, all right? These plates that I'm going to be using, or the plate that I'm going to be using, is designed as a single plate, all right? It doesn't have that two-plate thing going on like I have over here. Let's see if I can get you under there. On these bikes here, see that? See how it's two different plates? Okay. We're going to be trying to, well, we are doing this the same as this bike, which is done with just one single plate, nice and clean. All right. But we are going to have adjustability back and front. We are going to be setting up a similar chain tensioner. This is a live chain tensioner. Has like this is actually a pretty good medium weight spring that's on here. This chain keeps perfect tension, all right, as that moves. You can feel it. You can almost feel it move when you're riding it. You can hear it moving. Again, I haven't had any issues with it. One cool thing on this chain tensioner is that it goes in the slot and has adjustability, all right? So say for any instant that you get slack in the chain, okay? Instead of having to go and move your engine every time, you can make adjustments right here. All right, and this is done with bushings and everything else. So I mean, you can torque the heck out of this bolt and this nylock nut and such back here. So it does have adjustability, guys. It's pretty cool. I typically don't like to see my tensioner going that direction. I like to have them going this way. I feel that if it's pulling up this way, it's holding the chain on the front sprocket and then also holding it against the bottom of this sprocket. So the only place you're really going to lose your tension is when you're coming over the top of the rear. All right, and it's going to gain it, So really, this thing's going to be live at 3 different points during the access. Well, that's kind of like how this thing works. Anyways, that's why when you watch them, you'll see them moving up and down when the chain's going around. So, anyways, that's just a, dumbed down version of how that works, or at least my understanding of it. Maybe I'm dumb, whatever. I don't care. My things work. Everything runs. So, and like I said, this is gonna be kind of a beginner thing, all right, guys. So, it is what it is. So I'll get back to you on another video soon. Just waiting on a few different parts, and we'll get this thing going. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.